Hello and welcome guys, it's Chombie and believe it or not, what you're looking at right here is not a picture. This is actual textures in Skyrim. That was them really up close. These textures are by a German modder named as pfuscher. I think I probably butchered his name, and yes, he's not going to like that. And basically he's retextured the entire landscape of Skyrim. I had to figure the name then because it's unbelievable that what this is, and they're just amazing. I just had to do a video showing off his work because he deserves the recognition. He really does. And he just did a post today saying about the blended roads mixed with 8K textures. Now this is the 8K blended roads, which are sort of these bits here. That's the 8K bits. I'm not sure if the parallax is working or not on mine. I might have to change my E and B up. If not, I might change a few things, just to make sure that they're definitely working. But wow, I mean, he was talking about doing these textures in 8K. I mean, like, it just feel like saying now, is there no stopping this man? How far will he go? Now, a lot of the actual mods I've got installed are actually by pfuscher, and they are wonderful, wonderful mods. I'm having a bit of problems with the bridge textures here. There's something I've got to fix. Something to do my load order. I think I've put something on top of something else, and it's kind of just kicked it back in my face. Now there's some other textures around the corner. I think they're up here. I'm trying to find them. This game is unbelievably beautiful after you see what Fuse has done to it. I know I'm probably butchering his name right now, but here we are. Look at these. I'll stop still because I know that the YouTube compression is absolutely insane. So sometimes you have to stop and just take in and wait for it to actually render these 4K graphics. The fact is as well, you know, I'm getting 60 FPS. Okay, it's dropped down a little bit then, but depending, I think it more depends on like where you are in the map. But I'm getting like 40 odd to 50 FPS whilst recording. Bear in mind, whilst recording with Shadowplay. And I mean, these are not exactly like their weak textures. These are extremely high detail textures. I've also installed a tree bark mod, the high quality tree mod. I just can't seem to get it to kick in. I don't know what I keep trying installing the parallax tree bark parallax mod. It's just insane. I can't get it working. But here's another thing as well by pfuscher. These pebbles as well. See these little pebbles just here. They're high poly pebbles. They're also by pfuscher, the same guy who's bringing you all this beautifulness. I mean, there is no stopping this guy. His textures are amazing. I'm going to change out. I've decided that I'm going to change out my mountain textures to the I think it's the majestic mountains. Because apparently these ones what are here, which are 8K, these ones over here. Apparently, if you get majestic mountains textures, you can also get a texture pack that changes the underneath here. You can see that these are old textures, right? So everyone thinks that they can't see a difference in the textures. These are old vanilla textures here. Okay. These are 4K textures and 8K textures. I mean, wow. We are in a new era of gaming. This is 2020 Skyrim, guys. And if you enjoy these textures as much as I enjoy them, dude, just instead of wasting your money next time you're on Steam or whatever, go to Nexus Mods. drop this guy a donation. Give him a little bit of money for his work that he's doing. I mean, this is insane. I'd love to actually know how pfuscher does these, you know, textures. Like, it'd be nice to have like a little thing, sort of like the picture of the actual picture when you know, of the ground he took the picture of. I'm guessing that's how he done it. I don't really know how it's done, but I would have thought this would have been based on a real life picture, and then sort of like, I'll probably say some sort of mapping is laid on top of it or something. I'm not a photo expert, but you know, I would love to see sort of like the process, what goes into to doing this, and the original picture versus how it comes out in Skyrim. Because if you do 8K textures, honestly, dude, like, you need to be, I would say, working for Bethesda, but I think you're better than Bethesda. I think that your skills are much better than what Bethesda offer. And, you know, it's just amazing that someone in their own time does this. They can make a game look like this. I mean, I haven't got all the mods I want installed yet, so like, I'm trying to get this to be a full 4K experience, and I'd love to see more mods from pfuscher with 4K, and hopefully if he does them 8K ones, like, I'm following him, and as soon as I get some actual, like, start earning some money again, I'm gonna donate to this guy, because he deserves it. I mean, I haven't made a video in a long time, because the gaming industry lately has just been rubbish and full of just greed, and it just put me off making videos. And then you got pfuscher come along, making actually something that makes you gobsmacked. Like, these textures, you got to remember how old this game is, guys. I know they did a more, when they released the special edition, they updated the engine, a more updated version of the engine, but like, it's unbelievable. I believe, I've got to show you guys what he's done with the white run floor texture. I think there's some of it in the horse stable over here as well. Check out that. Look how 3D that looks. That is amazing. And I was looking at is it Skyblivion? Oh, imagine if he was to team up with Skyblivion. Now, I don't know who done these hay textures, because I did download the hay textures recently, but these are much better high poly hay textures as well. I don't think pfuscher done those hay textures, but I would love to see his take on hay textures. Once again, if I'm butchering his name, I do apologise. I know his real name is Stefan, but I'd rather call him by his modder name, because I want him to get more recognition, and I want people to download his mod on Nexus mods. I'm going to put a link in the description for you guys to click on it, and if you could endorse it as well and give him any kudos that you can, that'd be great, because I mean, look at it. Just look at the quality that you're getting. Sorry, my voice is cutting out there. So, yeah. Oh, is this more textures here? I think that's just where, like, it's not the texture's gone wrong there. It's where the actual in the game where I think where the ground's been stretched. You get it with if you ever use a map maker, sort of like from Far Cry. Sometimes when you mould the landscape, for some reason it can stretch the textures. It's nothing to do with the actual texture mod itself, it's to do with the game. But this is absolutely beautiful. I mean, you can change the time of day, see them in different times of day. I mean, this is now going night time, so we'll go a couple more hours into night time. Don't know how dark it's going to get. Okay, that's too dark. But you can still see with the thingy on, you still see the reflection of the light on the stones. Look at that. That is amazing. So I'm going to go back to daytime. Because see, what I want to do in my game here is I want to get the game running at 4K for textures. That is, I'm already running the screen resolution at 4K. When you see this getting uploaded, it's going to be uploaded in 4K. That's why it takes me so long to nowadays when I do a PC video. It takes me a long time to upload them because I have to render them in 4K, and then I try and keep. I say I try and keep the videos short, but I'm one of these rare people got the I've always had it from the beginning, the ability to I can upload as long as I want for videos nowadays. I used to do a lot of YouTube videos, but now I had the ability. I still have the ability. I can load up as long as I want for a video. It would just take a while for it to render in. So like, and especially uploading. Geez, I mean, like this video is probably gonna take me about 4 hours to upload once I've recorded it, because I'm gonna give this fair coverage. I mean, this guy is just doing amazing work. I have to show you his snow texture. Oh, it's beautiful, absolutely stunning. What's this? Is this? I don't think he's done the textures for ores yet. Pfuscher, if you're watching, I probably doubt that he'll watch, but if anyone who knows Pfuscher who watches, ore textures next, 4K ore textures, get some of them done. We've got to get this completely 4K textured. Any other like texture mods anyone wants to recommend as well for me to look at, please put it in the comments, and I'll check them out. But this is one of my favorite ones here, is when the sort of the bigger stones mix with the moss and it grows over the that's just beautiful. It literally reminds me of a forest. This part right here of where I live, there's a little woods, and these little leaf things, I don't know what you call them. They come off like these little orange bits here. They're not exactly the same. They're leaves in here, but like we have these little, where I live in England, little orange sort of like little nuts that fall off trees, and basically they break out and they're little orangey half a shell sort of thing. And it just the clutter that's on the ground, the texture of the clutter, should I say, is so realistic. And here's like just a pile of stones. Just a pile of stones. Obviously, we know the pebbles are actually 3D objects in here. And they are his. I do wish they would match the slightly more whiter colour. Maybe they're supposed to match the more bigger rocks like here to those. That's not me moaning at all. I mean, like, once you're out here, you hardly notice like the colour difference. I've got to show you the snow texture before I end this video, because it's absolutely amazing. Here it is, a bit of snow texture for you. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, I don't know if the compression is YouTube compression is different for you, but for me, when I'm actually playing the game, and this is on my 4K screen and everything, I can see every little individual down here, like little bits of flakes and everything. It's amazing. What I love to have seen is like an accidental texture shot. You see just a slight reflection of Pfuscher in the background. That would be a cool little Easter egg. Although because the textures repeat everywhere, you see Pfuscher everywhere all over the map. I want to stay away from those guys, because they don't look friendly, and I'm just trying to show you guys some textures. But this here is my absolute favourite texture, which I showed at the beginning. Look at that. The snow mixed in with like the pine sort of grass. Is it grass and pine? Yeah, it's just grass actually, with weeds and that lot. So I'm wondering then, because he's German, if these are all sort of ground textures from Germany. That would be quite interesting to know. Because the bloom on this ENB is a bit much. I'm not a big fan of bloom. That's not nothing to do with the textures. It's literally just the ENB that I'm using, which does all the lighting and all the cool effects. So we're in the snow area here. Look, this is absolutely beautiful. If you guys want to get this running on your on your computers. Now, if you have not got the most powerful graphics card, but you can still mod Skyrim a little bit, I recommend. Has he done these? No, that I don't think they've been done for texturing. Yeah, I recommend downloading. I think he's got a 2K version of them. So if you can't get the 4K to run, try the 2K, and also remember to change the. If you're running an EMB, you can also change the EMB file to use more of your RAM. So if it's the fact of you're balancing the textures with an EMB, make sure you change your EMB files to use a bit more of that RAM, because that's what I found out. If you there's a whole maths equation. It's basically your RAM plus your VRAM minus 6 gigabytes. So, and then you sort of add it. There's a whole tutorial on the internet. Don't take my sort of like how I'm explaining it to you, but if you search it up, how to give your EMB more more power, it's definitely worth looking at. So yeah, all the credit goes to pfuscher for these textures on the ground here. I have tried downloading his parallax tree textures. I think they're called 4K parallax tree textures, and I just cannot get them to work. It's nothing to do with obviously the textures themselves. Look at that! Look at the footprints here. I bet now these. I bet one of these is pfuscher's footprint. So if we can like see like a boot size, you can actually look. You can actually see like here, right here, is the rubber. Like you have on the bottom of your shoe, you would have like a rubber bottom bit which would show a pattern. Look, you can actually see the pattern right there. Absolutely amazing. And what this is here, where you see these little dots here, that's where like the picture's probably been taken near like under a tree or something, and they drip into the snow and they leave like little dots and like a little dotted pattern, or it's just rained a little bit and it's slightly now turning, or this has turned slightly icy and it's now starting to turn to sludge. True story, I fell over about 20 times in one place in a bit of sludge one day in the UK, and it was painful. Literally, there's like black ice and sludge, and when you're stuck with black ice and sludge in the same place, it is it's not fun. I think these wall textures are by these ones haven't been edited, because I did try and download some Skyland ones, but these ones are supposed to be edited. This wood texture is supposed to be a 4K texture, but I keep having conflicts with that one. And same as this falling tree trunk. I downloaded like a texture pack, and it's supposed to edit all these like trunks and broken chop things. I think there's a conflict somewhere which is causing this. I'll have to remove that, but apart from that, which I said, it's nothing to do with the textures, it's me. I've tried to put two mods in the same place which are causing a conflict. So let's have a look at the stones with the snow on in 4K. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So all credits go to pfuscher, and as I said, if you feel like supporting him, and if you've got a little bit of like a spare cash, just even enough to buy the man a drink, like I suggest, if you're going to use these things, just like if you can donate, support the guy. I mean, look at the work that he's doing. As soon as I can support him, I'm 100% will become a supporter. I mean, these I mean, obviously the texture problem, there. Apart from that, these are not just next gen graphics. These are like a million years in the future graphics. Okay, but maybe not that extreme, but they're very nice graphics. We can't really sit here and say that they're not. It's like when people say, "Oh, Skyrim, it's a game with an old engine. It's very bad." It's not. I mean, look at the modern community is doing. It's not a dead game either. I tell you, you go to Nexus mods and the page where it says new mods today is always full. A whole page for that day is always full of new mods. The community, the modern community, is amazing on Skyrim, and I recommend if you're on console, pick it up on PC. Get yourself a PC, pick it up, and play some of these awesome mods. You're missing out on console, honestly. And this is not me being some sort of PC elitist, because I own an Xbox One X, I own a PS4, right? And I actually own Skyrim on both of those, the special edition. And I prefer it on PC. Yes, this is a powerful rig, but, you know, it's 100% worth it. I mean, to get your game running smooth and soft, definitely worth a go. So that's all we're gonna talk about here for this video. And as I said, massive thank you to pfuscher for making these mods, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next video, which is going to be soon. I'm going to be covering pfuscher as he progresses through more of his textures, and I'll be watching for them 8K textures. I'm waiting. I am waiting. I'm just sitting here like tapping my wrist, sitting and waiting. I'm gonna get some dragon textures as well for when I actually have to start fighting dragons in this game, because I'm not to the point where I'm fighting dragons yet, but I'll get there. Have I seen this texture yet? I don't think I've seen this texture yet. So we'll have a quick look here. Look at that. Thought that was a dragon for a second. Dragons scare me. Can't it just be flying puppies? Nah, dragons are cool. All seriousness, dragons are cool. So there we are, guys. This really is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. And you're probably going to see my annoying screen, because the shortcut to end the video using shadow play is the same button to revert my save. So there we go, guys. I'll try and edit it out if I can, because it just takes too much to edit and to get it uploaded all in time. It takes a long time. So there we are, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.